Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go and take on for Take 4 on the live stream for this year's 2023 GTWS Nations Cup on Gran Turismo 7. So, after I just finishing from Take 3, as I just ended up in 11th place for this part of the previous lobby. So I had to go again, and using with the Nissan GT-R Nismo GT3 2018, it's gonna have to be racing hard to be on Spa-Francorchamps ever since to be will participate in the GT3 and GT2 League for only 12 laps. But as you already know about the GT1 League, we'll have to go advanced extendedly to be on 24 laps on the same track. Different classes and go for having a brand new format for the Nations Cup will be taken on for this month, while we have to wait for the Manufacturers Cup in June by next month. So I have to still working on it because gonna have to keep going focusing, and this is gonna have to take one last race entry before at the end of the day. So you see, I'm just gonna have to be quite going well perspective to see how different parts, since I just finishing for the second time that I just ended up in 8th place. Just almost being a little bit left out that I just catch out of breath. Alright, well, I guess I have to do my best because after take 3, so this will have to take 4 on this part of the live stream video segment, so I had to get down to it, so I had to make one best content video nomination for myself. So in the meantime, because after Nations Cup in round 1, we're about to go for round 2 in the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup at Sardinia Real Track B course layout for the GR Yaris RC High Performance 2020. But as always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure as a reminder to click the subscribe button for a like, comment, and click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos in the later future. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms on the links down below whenever you're welcome at any time. So, gonna have to try this again, and just gonna do perfectly for only one more chance until moving on forward to be in round 2 on Wednesday. Here we go, let's begin. So I have to do it perfectly because after having a grueling tough battle, after having one part of the racing strategy to be on the first leg, to be on the hard racing compound tires first, and the medium will have to go second. So gonna have to give or take because it's all about tire method strategy to see which is the best difference. We'll have to get climb up by the chance to go enter into the top 5 position. It takes a matter of hard work for myself that I just gonna have to get through with it because one race is gonna have to take one best chance to get in and get over it. So I had to practice hard and face my fears to be on the Era Rouge. So there you go. Turn 3 and 5 clear. Gonna have to try this again and work it out onto the Camel Straight on turn 6 to be passed by. So pull the brake, going enter to be on turn number 7 at the Les Combes. But I know the drill. I had to take the first phase of this part of the video segment to go live stream until gonna have to be rehearsal to be on phase 2 as I'm about to go competitive. But I still am just going to be as a director for myself for my YouTube channel. Just to have this part of this video is going to have to go on live stream, and then the content video will have to be set to be rescheduled before after finishing from the first season of this year's Nations Cup. Okay. Looks like I just got a little bit distracted because of my teeth grinding. Can't believe I just took a hit on my own mouth. Okay, there we go. There's no time to do a little bit hard practice before the time runs out in about a minute and 30 seconds left. Just gonna have to give me a standby patience, so I have to go for having a chillax before the lobby matchmaking will start. Just hang on. Just gonna have to get my treatment to be well suitable to be needed. I just really need my nose to take a breathe. And my mouth. But I don't know, I can't breathe to do this. I just really need to get myself shaped up. Sorry about that, viewers. I'm just having a little bit hard time for myself after I just took one drink of green tea. It was meditation type. Really good for my essential mental well-being. Okay, 13 seconds left. Matchmaking will have to be started, and this has got to be it. If I can go hard and give everything all I got during the part of phase 1 on this live stream video. So I had to do it correctly because doing my focus is going to have to get in and climb up to be in the top 7 or top 5 position. So time's up. Here they are. Looks like everyone is about to be ready to join in. Alright, so looks like Nissan, Mercedes-AMG, Porsche, Dodge Viper, and even, of course, the 2013 model along with the Peugeot RCZ Group 3. Perfect. Just all kinds of different Group 3 cars, all I need to do. So gonna have to try this again and go for the warm-up. Well, I know what everyone else knows, I'm just gonna have to do some live stream because this one is gonna have to take my best part of the content video nomination for having a UDRS Inspirtech video pick. So let's go practice again for having a quick warm-up and then 6 minutes. Many racers will have to make a best of good luck, but I really hope I'm gonna have to keep racing clean. Just gonna stay focusing for my objective. Warm up complete. Now let's go 6-minute qualifier session as we're about to go challenging to get set to be racing. So I guess today is gonna be tonight's race. We're having a 10 o'clock final entry, so I have to go do it with it because this has got to do perfection. Consider type me. Another sneeze. But I'm always gonna have to keep working hard, you guys. That's how I'm just gonna have to keep working hard. So let's pit exit, up I go. Okay, there we go. Medallion Era Rouge check. Going stop at turn 6 at the Camel Straight. So looks like we have Uncle Art, me, Malene, Kaser, and looks like 7th place Torque Brady and BBR Ramo JDM. Okay. Looks like we got some good fresh start drivers, and returning ones will have to stay on usual. Okay, gonna have to keep a good extra careful try not to lose any grip, because medium compound tires will have to take the first leg to be servable to be using on the qualifier run. Okay, there goes the campus. Gonna have to step it up and amp my strategy to go increase higher. That's very good. Keep dropping in on turn 16. First straightaway to be towards on turn 17 at the Blanchimont. DBR Ramo JDM is now going to have to take a sideways to be switching in. And, oh! That was so very close. Gonna have to stay focused and keep find a good line. Okay, there's Ivan Blas. Okay, that's good. Keep a good steady line on the main pace. That's very good. Keep a good line, and I'm all good. Here comes the Pohan in turn 12. Stay on the gas, going straight forward to have a good line position to get through with it. Oh boy, looks like this can't be good. Gonna have to keep a good watchful eye on the surveillance in this view, so I have to keep focusing. Okay, here comes the lap times. Gonna have to keep working hard, deal with that chicane, and then the final lap will be all good. But don't worry folks, because phase 1 is going to have to get currently to get in and get over to have this part of the current ejected. So made it on time to be on the second position, so going to have to be sure to get ready, because other opponents and GT players is going to get more likely to have 2 choices to be entered onto phase 2 as the live stream goes on. So I'm at 4th place, just gonna have to keep working hard. Stay on the main speed ejected is gonna have to get much more impossible by 2 minutes, 18.753 seconds. That's very good. Looks like time's up. Moving on to the final lap. Come on, just going to keep going. Just going to keep a good exact strategy to get through for only 20 turns in Spa-Francorchamps. But I'm still working on it because live recording is in progress, so I had to keep a good promise. So every part of the encore content video for my pick is going to have to get one best determination, as I'm about to go for my best suggestions. So there you go, on to turn 18. Here comes the chicane, and turn 19 to go first, and number 20 second. Being dropped down onto 6th place. Okay, looks like time's up, and going drop down surpassingly to be going below on to 7th place. As you can see, folks, number of grid standings goes by improved lap times is going to have to go harder and faster by the matter. But good thing I'm on time to be on 7th position, so I had to be ready up and go for phase 2 for this part of take 4 of the live stream segment. So as the acting director for myself for my YouTube channel, I'll have to do my best and make my mark to be entered for only a round position in the middle, or going enter at the top 5 or the top 3 grid standings. So in about 25 seconds, so I have to get back to you. Just give me one moment, just going to get my nostrils and to get something else to get more breather to be well breathe in and breathe out. Okay, here I go. It's all about represent your country before entered at the start of the Nations Cup for the 2023 series. For today's weather forecast in Spa-Francorchamps is going to be a bright and sunny day, take place for having a late afternoon time for only 66.2 degrees Fahrenheit in the temperature. So, looks like two choices between the first leg. We'll have to go with the hard or medium compound tires. So I had to go and start out to be using with the hard tires, so that will be a very good, important racing objective as we're about to go down and do the points table. We'll have to get set and get underway. So, gonna have to do your best out there, folks. Today's race is gonna get challenging and going grueling difficult in about 7 seconds before we will get the show on the road. Good luck out there, folks, and do your best. Welcome to the start of the 2023 GTWS Nations Cup on Gran Turismo 7. We're about to be ready up and go in Spa-Francorchamps for the GT3 and GT2 League. So first up we have Ivan Boz in first place. Second place we have Kenny Racine in the Toyota GR Supra, followed by Torque Freddy in third place. Fourth place we have Kaser in the Porsche 911 RSR. Fifth place, Great Tech GT is now currently to be driving with a Nissan GT-R Nismo. TRD Ferguson in 6th place. Here's myself in 7th place for the Insportec livery. Uncle Art in the Mercedes AMG GT3 2020, followed by Phil Hooligan in 9th place. Ricky Spinhouse has arrived in 10th place, followed by Philip McCuribis is now entered. Mean Marlene in 12th place in the Dodge Viper, followed by Buko is now entered in the 13th position. Wicked 13 has arrived in 14th place. TCR Drewski in 15th place. and for the last place, BBR Ramo JDM has arrived. So, looks like this has going in for having a new format for the start of the Nations Cup of this year's 2023 series, folks, and mostly because of the official car numbers are about to be specifically and go exclusive for today's competition. Everything is brand new, new strategies, new format, and ever-going organized car classes on different racetrack. So we're about to go enter at the straightaway before the countdown will give commands. So let's do this, folks. 3 seconds until we're about to go green. So let's go, 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 and make your best effort out there to be mastered in Spa-Francorchamps for round 1 of this year's 2023 GTWS Nations Cup is about to get ready to go. Let's roll. Turn 1 to be on the Losaurus is now going for having a head start, and Team UDRS in Sportec and the Nissan GT Nismo GT3 in the 2018 model is about to get set and go hard-going action at the Hyperion-Blue-GT onto turn 3 and 5. Very good, and going offense to get up and go slipstream to catch up to TRD Fukusin in the Toyota GR Supra Racing Concept. Here comes the first sector, now going in onto sector 2 to be at the Les Combes on turn 7 through turn number 8. Spectacular move and keep a good FR layout to keep it up and keep going faster to be well converted and catching up to 6 other racers. But here comes turn 10, make your best mark on the inside towards the apex, stay stable and keep a good handling to go oversteer by the main balance. Spectacular move on turn 11. Now's the time to go enter to be on turn number 12 at the Pulhan. Kenny Racine is about to go first, so looks like one Toyota makes the best spotlight to be entered to be well debuted to see it. Very much more spectacular and going entered to be at the canvas onto turn 13 and 14 to be on the inside between the right turn and the left turn to be followed the line. Gonna have to keep trying because other racers will have the chance to take on with Team UDRS in Sportec in the 7th position to be on the main starting grid and going to proceed to be entered onto Sector 3 by the entrance after exit from Sector 2 onto turn 15 and going right turn at the start lot. Penalty line is about to get crossed in, so gonna have to keep a good exact reminder if anything happens or making one mistake. Here comes turn 17. Go quick left onto turn 18, and here it comes to contact. Looks like Team Insportec just took a mount of beating. Chicane is about to get suitable to be much more extreme exercise caution. Looks like Philip Mixoribais is now going to have to get in and go overtake. Spectacular move, and going enter to be on lap number 2 to be on the main lookout for the fastest lap time for every top 3 drivers. Gonna have to keep your bets, keep your suggestions, and just gonna have to keep a good clean racing out there to be on the first round. It's about to go for having a green light head start. So on to lap number 2 for only 10 more to go remaining. Team Insportec has just barely took a mount of beating after the previous lap time to go exit towards turn number 18 is still in one piece. Uncle Art in position number 9 in the Mercedes AMG GT3 2020 is now currently to go offense and catch up onto Team Nissan in position 8. But there he is right now about a second ago, now being shown on the radar to be well detected. Very good job, effort strategy. Looks like getting boxed in for Team Nissan on position 8 to be represented with the United Defensive Reformation Service. But it's not over yet because this part of the final race entry is going to be served and going faster competitive to stay ongoing by the endurance. But mostly because one pit stop is going to be served because of the mandatory requirement to avoid having a 1-minute penalty. So let's resume the battle and going down to be at turn 12 at the Pulhan to be pull the brake and stay steady to be at the left turn to be followed by the apex. But there we go. Keep a good line for Team Insportec, followed by Uncle Art in the 2020 Mercedes AMG GT3. There goes another contact. Just gonna have to keep a good extra careful. Try not to make any further mistake to get any contact to be well scratched and taking a few several amount of damages. Going in onto turn 15. Proceed as well before exit onto sector 2 to go back in sector 3. Philip Mixoribis is now currently to be on the 7th position, followed by TRD Ferguson in the Toyota GR Supra Racing Concept are about to get in and going clear proceed after turn 18 to get back onto the chicane in 19 and 20. Two of them are about to go right at it, and here comes the fastest lap time is Ivan Baz is now took over for only 2 minutes, 20.46 seconds is now being served as the fastest lap time racer. But very good job for the first place racer to be entered to take the lead, followed by Kenny Racine is now being dropped down onto 2nd place. But there's Torque Freddy is now going to proceed to be on the 3rd position, but here we have Bucco is now currently to be overtake at Team Insportec in the Dodge Viper SRT GT3R. So here it comes. Looks like two Group 3 cars in the GT3 class are about to get in and going harder to be on the Iral Rouge. One push at a time, signal lights are about to be called in to be commenced by the full effect. But talk about having one single boost to be kicked up by Team Insportec after Uncle Art just going to be forceful by having a contact. So here comes the next sector to be going back onto number 2. Turn 7 to be entered onto turn 8 to be at the Les Combes, just going to keep a good stable position to get up and make up my way to get in for the get-go. So here comes the main contact. Looks like Mercedes AMG is about to go offense at this time. Come on for Team UDRS Insportec, needs to step it up. This will be the final race entry of the night, and just going to keep a good clean effort out there to stay on the track for having this part of the main objective after having 3 times from the previous moment, and currently to stay on focusing for the first round of the Nations Cup. That's how Racing Entertainment is all about, just going to try to do your best and going to have to keep a good voting suggestion for the top 3 drivers to be entered at the main spot of the grid. As the battle rages on for Team UDRS Insportec, however, looks like next racer coming in from behind is Ricky Spinhouse on position 11, coming in the Pesciat RC Set Group 3. Mid-engine versus FR layout is going to have to be challenging to go for having a grueling intense. But you'll have to get through with it because Team Insportec might going to have to go extreme exercise caution when using the hard compound racing tires. So here comes the other 2 to be entered onto turn 19 and 20th at the chicane. Stay on the line, don't get caught in the penalty. There we go, looks like still in one piece, and Uncle Art is currently to be pushing forward to be in the main upper hand advantage to be entered onto the 8th position. So up to lap number 4, going entered to get back onto turn 1 in the La Source. 3 cars are still on the chase for Team Insportec to be currently fighting ongoing. But you'll have to get through with it because this race is going to get much more impossible, stronger, and pulling out with some best defense ever yet to be well fulfilled. So here it comes. Looks like one racer is about to be pushing in. It's TCR Drewski is now entered on position 10 by the overtake at Team Insportec with the same Nissan GTR Nismo GT3. But this time, it's a 2013 model is now being well shown by having a good view check. But it is going to be quite very possibility between the 2013 and 2018 model with the same GTR Nismo GT3. So down on the way to be on turn 10, going focusing and go by the main forwards because the medium compound tires is going to get a lot of pushing efforts just like the hard racing compound tires to do the first leg. Somehow, Team UDRS Insportec might gonna have to go safety measures to avoid any further drama, but any contact on the rear is going to get much more suitable to be served as a weak spot from other opponents. But it won't be long because this race is going to have to keep it much more harder to get shape up and get in and out between any perspective of the racing strategy for the Nations Cup. So let's keep going, moving on forward. Next up on Sector 3 in lap number 4. So on to the last minute. Ivan Baz and Kenny Racine is now entered to be on a 2-position showdown for the battle in first place. Looks like this is going to get much more longer grueling battle out there for a total gap distance when I'm in 11th place. 21 seconds up ahead from other racers in 10 positions is going to have to get much more longer to be faster, well competitive, and pushing forward to be in the main overdrive. So I have to get in there and moving on enter to be in the 5th lap, and this race is going to get much more served to be labeled as a 30-minute time. So up we go, entered lap number 5 to get entered to be proceed on to the halfway lap. But there go for Ivan Boss for having a fastest lap record in 2 minutes, 19.283 seconds is now being checked, and single amount received for only 1 star earned. So looks like gonna have to keep a good watchful eye check to be entered at the Camel Straight to be passed by in the Marshall Post. All safe, but clear for Team Innsbruck after being dropped down onto 12th place by Mean Malene in the Dodge Viper SRT GT3R with a 1999 livery replica variation. Very good passing overtake, but it's not over yet because one leg onto the pit stop to be served as a mandatory requirement will be get in and turn this race competition to go around. So drop down to be on the 12th position ever since to go during the first part of the leg segment to be racing in the hard compound tires. So there you go. Gonna have to keep going to be on turn 12 at the pole hon, but you'll have to take less amount of gap distance increase significant, and looks like Ricky Spinhouse will have to go next at Team Innsbruck in about 0.4 seconds behind. There he is right now. Entered the campus onto turn 13 and 14. Step up the gas and go for turn 15 to be at the right corner before exit on sector 2 to get back onto sector 3. So it's all clear. Keep going forward, and other drivers will be more the chance to have this penalty line to be forced slowed down automatically if they're making a mistake. So it'll have to get much more slight opportunity for Team UDRS Innsbruck in the 2018 Nissan GT Nismo GT3 is actually to be served as a recommend Group 3 car to be at Spa-Francorchamps. So here comes the chicane on to turn 19 and 20, so better have to make your luck and make your best chance to go at it, because the standby call will have to do one pit stop available for other racers as Team Innsbruck soars in and rev things up to the limit to be entered at the halfway mark on lap number 6. Time to go overdrive offense and stay on power number 1. Turn 2 cleared to be going entered onto a route rouge to go back onto turn 3, up the hill on turn 4, and going proceed to be at turn 5. Still nothing else to be going improved by the distance. Not yet. Team Innsbruck just gonna have to keep a good calculation to go increase the defense, and almost yet to be going offense to get closer in and get back onto turn 7 through 9 at the last cone base. So 2 Dodge Viper SRT GT3Rs in the part of the lobby session in the grid is now currently onto 10th place and 11th. But they're all working together because they're about to work their way and get over to be climb up onto the main position to do this part of the racing objective for during the Nations Cup in the first round in the 2023 GTWS Series. So here it comes. Looks like 2 Dodge Vipers are about to step it up and go for turn 12 to be at the pole hon in about a few more seconds to go onto the gap distance to be proceed onto the 9th place driver to be entered at the campus, while the Mercedes AMG GT3 and hold on, looks like 1 Dodge Viper is going up the track. There it goes, looks like being slowed down, and keep a good exact lookout to be as a partner. Good call, and saved by the bell for only 2 Dodge Viper as Team Innsbruck makes the best cue to go entered, be on patient, and go for the offense to get closer between one of the 2 Dodge Viper SRT GT3Rs. But heads up, 1 Dodge Viper is now going up the track, while Mean Malene is now going enter to stay on the main circuit, is now going to have to keep it up and keep it go. Very spectacular move, and going back on the final turn in turn 19 at the first chicane. Slow and steady as it goes. Looks like this might have Uncle Art in the Mercedes AMG GT3 is now being slowed down by the recovery. But here is Philip is now going entered at the pits, moving on forward to be on the 7th lap to be on standby for other racers. So there we go, for Team Insportec is now climbing up and get in onto the 10th position. Still, but anyone will have to catch up onto the top 3 drivers, especially for Kenny Racine and Ivan Boz is still going at it to have the main part of the battle for first place. 2 of them are about to go at it for catching up and getting away from other racers will have to do a catch-up formation. But still yet to come, because Torque Freddy is now become the 3rd place racer, is going to have to keep on going and going struggle to stay well defended from other racers, especially onto the 4th and 5th place racer as it goes. Gonna have to keep going. All clear on the Les Combes by turn 7 through 9. Going down to be at turn 10 to be going entered inside at the position towards the apex. And oh, there goes. Looks like Uncle Art in the Mercedes AMG GT3 2020 model is now barely lose amount of grip. That's going to leave a mark. Looks like it takes a hard time and just going to try harder to get in, to be mastered, to be well improved by the update performance since the 2016 model. But anyhow, because 9th place for Team UDRS Insportec in the 2018 Nissan GT-R Nismo GT3 to go currently to catch up in about 2.9 seconds for Mean Moline. But here it comes. Recce Spinhouse is on the scene. Side by side enters on Sector 3, 2 times the trouble and 2 times to have the differences on the Peugeot RC and Nissan all together for having a close quarter edge is gonna have to get struggle in and get struggle out. As Peugeot is about to make one overhand advantage to be moving on in, Nissan slows down quickly and going back proceed to be on the chicane part in turn 19. But here it comes. Gonna have to keep a good lookout because one part of the pit stop is gonna get exactly to do the main part of the upper hand advantage, while Team Insportec is gonna have to turn this race around. Here comes lap number 8. Let's do it and keep pushing forward while Buko is now gonna have to keep going forward to be on the main offense, and there he is right now. Dodge Viper is now swooping in and go commenced by the overtake on Team Insportec before enter to be at turn 3 to turn 5 at the Era Rouge. Gonna have to make one simple hill climb tactic to keep it up and keep it going faster without getting caught in the 0.5 second penalty. All safe, all cleared, and continue on the chase at Peugeot in position 9 before enter during Sector 2 to be entrance as exiting from Sector 1. Hold it steady, keep a good amount of grip to stay at it. This race is going to get challenging to go difficult as ever. That's very good. Turn 10 clear. Now for turn 11 again. I really bet Ivan Boz is now doing great out there to be on the first position, to be ongoing in the lead. No other racers won't be able to catch up to him because Kenny Racine is going to have to take one best chance to catch up onto Ivan in first position. So going to have to keep going forward to be on the battle around this part of the half session of the track to be on the campus in around turn 13 and 14 to be almost clear. Going back onto turn 15 to be exit at Sector 2 before going proceed onto Sector 3 again. So here it comes. This one might have a pit stop available for Kenny Racine in the Toyota GR Supra Racing Concept or the Castorton variation. Tire change from the medium and going proceed to be well converted to be switched up into a hard racing compound tires to be served as a mandatory requirement. So, gonna have to keep a good exact lookout because other racers will have a chance and go proceed by the overtake. So here it goes right now. Looks like Mean Moline at the pits, followed by we're having another part of the current drivers, including TCR Drewski. Lap number 9, up we go, and update to be well elapsed to be on the grid standing for Team Insportec on 5th place. But it's not over yet, because it'll have to get much more patiently to be on standby, as Bucco in the Dodge Viper SRT GT3R is still on pursuit at Team Insportec by catching up and go for the main slipstream by the offense. Just only 3 more laps to go, and this race is about to get challenging to go impossible. I know this race it is, because just gonna have to keep our hopes and your best suggestions to see how the top 3 racers are about to still get through with this. But here comes another battle showdown between Nissan and Dodge Viper to go at it to be at the Les Combes. Go for turn 9, going proceed and stay well defended for Team UDRS Insportec. Going down to be at turn 10, but it's not over yet. Bucco is still going at it at Team Insportec in about 0.7 seconds to go pushing away. The hard compound tires is going to have to take more longer grip by having a total gap distance in about 43 seconds. Will Team Insportec has to make it on time before proceed into the final lap without having a 1-minute penalty. It takes a lot of risk and be extremely exercise caution to be on a reminder for having a caution in about 3 more laps to go. This has to work. This race has to work perfectly in general. It looks like Ivan Boss has now entered the pits for only one time to be switched up to be on the medium compound tires before switched in to be on the hard racing second. So there we go. Looks like Team Insportec is pushing away from Dodge Viper by adding up in 0.9 seconds. This has got to do it perfectly, because this race is going to have to take that highlight of the day for Team UDRS Insportec for the chance. But there's TRD Ferguson at the pits to go by the medium compound tire second. That's very good. Now, adding up by having a good extended amount of distance for Team Insportec, while Torque Ready is now on the pursuit chase towards Insportec in 4th place. 2 more laps to go, entered in lap number 10. It all comes down to have 4th position for the United Defensive Reformation Service to stay focusing and keep it ongoing, as other racers still pressing on and keep up the main part of the chase separation is going to get challenging to go by the intent. However, because the hard compound tires is about to get much more killing out and going exactly by over 50% remaining. But still to come, because Ivan Boss is still have that lap time for only 2 minutes, 19.224 seconds is now currently to be on the update. Will other racers will have to get much more pushing up the effort around in Spa-Francorchamps for making a good improved lap time. So we have to find out, be patiently, and focusing for having a top 3 drivers to stay on going stronger. So here it comes. Gonna have to make one best chance to go in. Stay on the well defense for a temporarily for Team Insportec, as other racers to be swoop in and go longer momentarily. Gonna have to stay on track and going exactly to have 1 pit stop available before at the end of lap number 10. Reminder check, and just gonna go exactly to be on lap number 11 towards the end to be served as a recommended strategy pit lane. Torque Freddy is about to get closer onto Team UDRS Insportec along with the other racers, because the top 3 racers still yet to be separate around the track, because it's going to get closer, stronger, and well tighter situation to be perceived where only one of the 3 racers will have to get entered at the pits. So there goes Ivan Boss, staying on focus to be on the 1st position to be proceed onto lap 11. And here it goes. Looks like 2nd place Kenny Racine is still at it, along with Ricky Spinhouse is now going to proceed to take the final turn at the chicane, and there it goes. Going entrance at the pits to be suitable to be on the medium compound racing tires will have to do the 2nd leg. And there it goes for the sacrifice for Team UDRS and Sportec. Give a prediction, and just gonna have to see how it turns out for only 2 drivers at the pits. Drop down below to be on the 7th. Reggie Spinhouse is still currently to be down below for only 2 drivers to be on a different position in the grid standings. 16 drivers are still yet to come, and going down below to be updated for having 9th and 10th place to be going down below. I tell you guys, because this race is going to get challenging and far more difficult for only 2 drivers. Tire change, all good to go. Now let's exit out and get back on the track. So very obviously close for Team Sportec, and this has got to be it. Lap 11 entered, and going much more tighter wrist to be press on in to go enter to be having 1 racing overtake at a time. Looks like TCR Drewski is slowing down because of Team Sportec interruption by the distraction. This has got to work perfectly because this race is going to get over soon before exit from lap number 11. So let's resume, keep proceed, and yellow flag signal just to be called in. It's Philip Mick-Sari-Bice is now being slowed down by the penalty in 0.5 seconds. Now's the time and go for having a second chance for Team UDRS and Sportec to overtake on the opponent. Let's keep it steady and go for turn 11. Left turn clear. Now catching up with the other racers in about a few more seconds to go remaining to be on the halfway mark on lap 11. But what can I say, folks? Tonight's race is going to be very challenging to be on a head start. And just to be a reminder, keep working hard till you're going to have to do it right and proceed to be in the top 3 position before the next race. We'll have to go for round 2 on Wednesday. That's how the new format for the Nations Cup will be taken on in May, and especially for round 7 for the final round in June before proceed into the Manufacturers Cup. Everything is going to have to make a new change, new opportunities, new format, and going with some different perspective in each part of the video segment during the competition in each part of the season, along with the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup. So now it comes down to this before the final lap is about to begin. Ivan Boz is now being pronounced the first place winner of this year's Nations Cup, is going to become the first place winner to be well achieved and surprisingly to be dominant to be racing in Spa-Francorchamps after days of practice. But it's not over yet because other racers will have to go catching up by the chance and get in there to be entered on lap number 12. So let's do this, and the chase goes on for other racers will have to rage up and go passing through to have the torque to get in and increase the acceleration. This takes a matter of possibility to go hard work by the racing to be entered on the Iraq Rouge in turn number 3 and 5. Team UDRS and Sportec has to make their final stand because it has got to do it perfectly to go hard work and go climb up to be entered in the middle section of the grid. Line up in formation, going at the Camel Straight, proceed and sector 2 at the last cone base in turn 7 through turn number 9. A massive, incredible racing strategy for every Gran Turismo players who has actually just going to have to be made it on time and going to proceed at the finish line. Ivan Boz is now going to be made it on time to be entered in the final sector in number 3 to take home the podium finish. Can't you believe that, folks? Ivan Boz is going to become the first place winner in the Nations Cup in round 1 in the 2023 series in the GTWS Nations Cup. He's about to go in to be at turn 17 before catching up and make the best effort on turn 18. Successful work. Now gonna have to step it up and go proceed to be on the final turn in turn 19 and 20 at the chicane. So here it is, you guys. The first place winner for the Nations Cup in round 1 goes to Ivan Boz for the win. Good job, Ivan Boz. Way to keep up and solid fine work to go well achieved. Now that's how hard racing work is very challenging for the GT3 and GT2 Leagues. Now that's a good solid fine competition. That's a solid fine competition to be at Spa-Francorchamps will be achieved to become the racing competition of the night. But it is going to get challenging to go struggle faster and choices to be on the tire compound between the medium and hard racing tires. But I did my best, but it'll have to still yet to come before only one race down, 6 more to go, because Spa-Francorchamps is going to be job well done for only one race at a time. Boy, I cannot believe it that just barely took a lot of hard effort out there to stay on the middle section in the grid, but not exactly to go down below to be on the grid standings to be on the first round. So, looks like Ivan Boss in the Porsche 911 Type 991 2017 is now being took the win for having a 30-minute race time, and also for having a second and third place finish between 2 players in the Toyota GR Supra racing concept. But good race, guys. Good race. Way to keep up and stay effort to do your best. So after having 4 attempts for only 1 race, clean race bonus is now being adding up for having 2 million GT credits, and the replay is now being served as well. Outstanding outcome for round 1 in 2023 series for the GTWS Nations Cup between 1 Porsche and 2 Toyota GR Supra racing concept. But after all, because that has a lot of tough effort for only 1 race, and just gonna keep trying to work hard and make your best effort to be entered onto the top 3 position. But this race is a very difficult start, so a very good proud congratulations to the 3 drivers who have been made it this far. 1 Porsche and 2 Toyota just actually did a lot of hard going effort out there for the first time ever for this year's Nations Cup. Now that's a good competition, and always gonna have to try harder before proceed into the next round. In round 2, we'll be at Fuji International Speedway for the Group 2 category. Specifically, and going well determined between Super GT 500s, GT1, and 1 DTM race car, the Audi RS5 Turbo DTM. But one received response from Kenny Racine. You're very welcome, Kenny. You rock. You did your best, and way to keep up for having 100 points to be well received and well earned to be added. But I'm still gonna have to keep trying harder to be at the Group 3 category before I proceed forward to be in the final round of this year's series for the Nations Cup. That's 1 race to go at the beginning. All we have to do is gonna have to be patient and head back to be at Grand Valley Highway 1 just like the last time from the exhibition series back from the 2022/23 GTWS. So, it looks like this is going to be quite very good job out there for tonight's competition, folks. But this one is going to have to get much more successful to do a better effort and try my best to go climbing up into the top 3 position. But especially for the top 5 position, for having the first round is all I have to do for my best pick. But after all, this race is very much more difficult to be on the right start. So just you wait, folks, because live stream will have to take the first step, and then content video will have to go second to be served as an encore nomination for my best pick. So I hope you enjoyed watching the live stream video. Thank you for watching. So be sure subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like DeviantArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, and more to see for my own image artwork like UDRS liveries, Fiction Total Drama fan art with card liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time for continue on and moving forward to be in round 2 of the first round in the second season. Sorry about that. I'll be see you guys next time and continue on in round 2 for the 2023 GTWS Nations Cup on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next part of the live stream video. Keep on racing, stay clean.